Kas Marina on the left hand side. We're going around this bit of land here where there's 3 anchoring places. They've all got 3 buoys to tie on, so we're going to hope to take a buoy today. And just behind this headland, it looks like a group of islands, but it's actually attached to the mainland. Just behind those buildings that you can see, the other side is where all the diving boats come out, and they've got a sunken shipwreck. I think there's an aircraft sunk there, there's a tank, and I think there's a few other bits and pieces. So you can anchor in 2 of the bays, but the middle one you've got to use a buoy because I don't want the anchors dragging onto the wreckage that's been deliberately sunk for all the dive boats that come out. So this area here in Kas is quite a mecca for people coming out diving. Lots of dive boats come out every day. But the other 2 anchoring areas also have buoys, so we're hoping to get into the middle one, which is where all the dive boats come, and see if there's a buoy available for us to tie onto and sit out for 2 days, because there's some strong winds coming through, although the wind prediction today is wrong. We're meant to be having 24, 25 knots, going up to 30, 33 today. So far it's hardly anything. But yeah, that's our plan, is to just go behind the back of these, what looks like three islands in front. As I say, Kas Marina is just down that cut on our port side, left hand side. We were going to go and anchor down there. It's a big anchor bay, but the northwesterlies, if they come through tomorrow, are up to 40 knots, and we're going to get great protection hopefully behind here. That's why we're not going to go into the bay and anchor outside the marina. Kas, you can just see the white buildings coming up over the back. I haven't been here before, but it's meant to be beautiful, Kas. And then after we leave Kas, we're going to go to Finike, and then depending on time, start thinking about getting a passage plane sorted out to get over to Rhodes, which is about 80 odd miles away. So that'll be a 16-hour trip. So we'll work that out to probably leave of an evening and then get in early in the morning, so we get in at light over at Rhodes. But that's another week and a half, 2 weeks away yet. But beautiful day, very nice, lovely landscape. Just come behind these islands, just come through those. We're going through that gap there and then up round that dog leg just there. And then we're going to take a buoy, and then we're going to wait out this heavy winds that are coming through today and tomorrow. But it's quite calm, just flying with the jib, no mainsail, got 1 engine running. We're going downwind, so if we was going that way it'd be really rough, but because we're going with the tide, the wind and the waves pushing us towards our destination, it's quite smooth. Just bouncing a bit up and down. I've got the lines out this morning already to tie off to a buoy. Up ahead is the town of Kas. Behind this headland is the marina of Kas. Nice little aqua zoom taking you into the pool. Nice hotels, restaurants. And right up ahead in the distance, just there, is a warship. Creek and warship patrolling the area. We've had several warnings on VHF today. We have been told on VHF to look out for migrants. We're on a mooring buoy in a little mooring field just outside the old town of Kas, and there is old Kas quayside marina just there. Quite a few day trip boats up on the stern to up there, up against the rocks. These are all dive boats. Underneath for somewhere I believe is a tank that they sunk for divers to go on. The wind is picking up as promised today. There's our mooring buoy that we're on just there. We've got a port line, starboard line, and we even put up the third line just in case the rope breaks. That is what 30 knots looks like. White snow everywhere. There are just a few boats left in this anchorage, and we're going to be the only ones after they've all left. They're heading in, I think, to the little marina just in Cash Town. But we are right here on anchor, well, on a mooring buoy, hoping it doesn't break, up against these rocks. That is absolutely racing. This was picked up in literally the last hour. Tomorrow is not 30 knots, which is what we've got now, but 40. So this is going to be even worse tomorrow. White horses everywhere. There's the reef right behind me, and the wind is blowing me onto it. Oh, she's blown a bit of a hoolie. This is Cash, the Bay of Cash. Cash is just down there. And we have got 41 knots of wind coming through. Let's hope the buoy line don't break. That mooring line goes. They're right in there. Wow.
who had moved abroad after graduation, had to hear about her death from us.
I had no idea that happened.
Taking a wide berth into the marina is if engines fail, the wind will blow us into the rocks. There's two reefs around here we've got to watch just there. going right round that bay, but I'm going to take a wide berth in just in case we lose the engines. The wind's going to blow us straight onto that headland over there. Just anchored in Kas outside the marina in about 18 metres of water. Beautiful marina, really lovely. Nice restaurants, big supermarket. Just went over there to fill up with fuel, dump our waste. They got a lift out. That's the coastal road round here. Luckily there was nobody at the fuel station. We went straight in, parked up, got fuel, then had to move forward to go and get a certificate for the waste that we removed. So our blue card's all up to date. And somewhere over here is a pontoon that we can tie the tender off, walk up, and then just over the back behind there is the old town of Kas. And apparently there's a couple of pontoons here you can tie up on. I think we want something like there, don't we, Dave?
Yeah. You can see something there.
Well, you can see the steps just there, but I think that's to that property. So I don't know if there's anything there that... Apparently it's a bit of a clamber up to the road, and then you get on the road and then you go down into Kas. Yeah, we'll start down the bottom and work our way up. Yeah, it could be a number of places here. Yeah. We're trying to look to see where some of the other tenders are, because these yachts out in the bay, most of them have got their tenders missing, so they're obviously tied up here somewhere. Nothing's ever clear, I'm afraid, in the Mediterranean. They never tell you where the dinghy docks are. That's all the hard standing. We did get a price on that for a year, and then we was told we still need to pay for the berth for a year. The berth for a year was €40,000. The hard stand was 10,000. And I said, if we're going to leave it on the hard, we don't need a berth. Yeah, but you've got to have a berth to be able to use the hard. So that was out of the question, hence why we're going to Rhodes. But Kas Marina is very beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely modern marina with all modern facilities, and this bay is also very nice. So there's a little tender dock there, Dave, but there's also one in front here, see it?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at, that one.
And we've got to clamber up these rocks.
Yeah, that's
right. Right, okay, so we're going to go into the old town of Kas, have a walk about, have a beer and a bit of food.
And every second from that on, girl, you know you've held my poor heart.
Sun is just setting over Cash. 30 knots of wind blowing through. Back, we've got a full moon over the town of Cash. Takes the boat from left to right, pulls on the anchor chain, straightens her up, then the wind changes direction, and then blows us back again. .30. Sun's gone down, just starting to get dark.
It's nothing to me, it's just how I roll. People on the dance floor starting to jump, and all their little hearts going thump, thump, thump. Nothing special to me, that's just how I roll. Hold on to something, yeah, grab a hold. Don't you say that you weren't told. Well, I should come with a danger sign. Move over, ladies, this is mine.
Just down there is the buoy that we took for 2 days at 40 knots of wind. Held us firm. And this is Cash, said to be, I believe, the dive capital of Turkey. And just over the back there is a bay where there's all shipwrecks, sunk, and aeroplanes, and a tank, so you can dive on them. They all come diving around here. This has got a house reef, this hotel, and all the way around here is actually a nice reef, and all the dive boats anchor up here and over there, which is what's happening now. You can see the dive boats coming out. Quite a few go over the back there, as I say. That's where they got all the artifacts, like shipwrecks sunk deliberately for diving. There's an aeroplane over there as well, sunk, a tank. And this is, as I say, I believe, the dive capital of Turkey, Cash. Dave's got the horn, bless him. And there is the town of Cash. And just the other side of this little spot here, you can't see it, but this is almost like an island. It's not, it's connected to the mainland, but just the other side is the bay where Cash Marina is, where we've got our boat. And you can't quite see it, but just down there is the amphitheatre. And we took one of these mooring buoys for 2 days because we had severe winds come through. Our next stop after this is going to be Finiki, or Finike, not quite sure how to pronounce it. We might stop on our way down to Finike and then work our way back up and then cut across the roads. But what a lovely place to stay if you're into diving and snorkeling, with a house reef all the way around it.
It's quite amazing, that boy. Whilst we're here, oh, that is it. Sorry, was you videoing?
Yeah, it's just loads of them, aren't there?
That is it, Gal.
Yeah. We will be sailing down here in a few days.
The river would be beautiful as well, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Looks like there's a dirt road at the back. Can you see it?
There's a road all the way round there.
But can you see that? It looks like there's an official, maybe like entrance centre or something.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure we can just get on our mopeds and ride around that back dirt road. It'd be nice because that's a big area to walk.
Yeah, it's a massive area. Wow, what a place.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes.
We are down below floor level in an old ancient water system, and this is where the wells, so ignore these electric pumps, this is obviously very modern, but this is where the water used to come in and would go up via pulley systems, and this was all dug out and somehow shaped with all these stones, all these arches, to have a working area, and this water would feed the baths, and I would presume, being fresh water, would feed the city in terms of fresh drinking water, cooking water. And I'd imagine if this wasn't pumped out with these floats and switches, this is probably designed to actually be a foot or so underwater. You can actually see where it looks like the water comes up to, and you would just put a bucket down through here, and there is a winch up there, and winch fresh water up. But I've never been in a system like this before, and it's still got some of the original plasterwork. I mean, the work involved 2,500 years ago. Unbelievable. And just to show you where that is in relation to the floor up the top, that's the floor, and there are the two devices to wind the water up, as we say, wishing wells. I can only presume that area there is the workshops that used to deal with keeping the fresh water system working. Amazing.
That moves that road down.
These are replicas of some of the trading boats that would carry small bits of cargo.
Was missing in this puzzle I used to call my life. Oh no, didn't even care enough to be dismissive. I just kept keeping on in my stride.
This place is magnificent. I've never seen so many boats. Gimmicks galore. Day trip boats. Mind you, they've got such a great coastline down here in Turkey. Lovely sandy beach over the back. That roadway at the top is where we're just going to head back. Start heading our way back to Kas. Got a couple of other places to stop off on the way. But Turkey has been, so far, amazing.
Something suddenly
some valley, isn't it? Some valley. We are in Takuba, just over the back there. It's the Dassi Island. The castle on the top. There's some fortified ruins here. Tombs. Quite a large place, technically quite a few islands. And we're thinking this is going to be our next stop somewhere when we leave Kas. Probably anchor in that bay there, or maybe similar to that lagoon in this bay here. Although you can see in the centre of that lagoon it's quite shallow. You can actually see that it's very shallow, but there's quite a few big boats in there, so there'll be plenty of room for us, I think, in terms of depth. But again, so many day trip boats here, unbelievable. It's a bit windy. Some nice bars and restaurants around the front. Another nice spot. So we think these are the lesser tombs, the lesser cut rock tombs, and I think they gave these to the apprentice because they're not cut out very well. There's a few more around the other side. We just found these on our way back to Kas, going through a village, but these are definitely, I believe, cut tombs. But they're not to the standard of some of them that we've seen. But look at this valley. All these polytunnels. There's our bikes down there. Mosque over there. And we've been driving in this valley, or similar to this, for about 15-20 minutes with just nothing but polytunnels everywhere. We found anything? So this would have been a tomb, and he would have had his artefacts of some sort with him for the afterlife. But like most of them, over the centuries, they've been robbed out. Yeah, I think these were given to the apprentice rock tomb cutters, because they didn't do a very good job of cutting them out squarely. That one goes right round that corner, up under there. But some of these tombs that are cut in the rock work's just amazing, like a house cut in the front. But these were very important people that were buried in these tombs. There's one over there. But the lesser tombs were the lower down ones, and they weren't so thoughtful when they cut them out. So these are people that weren't so important. But what a valley this is. This place is amazing. They've had to make the land up level with a lot of rock work, and then backfill it with good quality earth, put polytunnels on the top to grow whatever they grow. Maybe tomatoes, cabbage, lettuce, I don't know, cucumbers maybe onion. There you go, another tomb just cut there. There's a fence there that's meant to stop you from going up there. Very slippery here, got to be careful. So many little broken stones everywhere, they're like little ball bearings. Easy to twist your ankle. No, these are not impressive at all compared to what we've seen. But still interesting nevertheless. Yeah, these little bits of rock. Be careful on your way down, boy. It's dangerous. And I don't want to be taking you to an hospital with a broken leg. So we come on down this little dirt track off the little tarmac road. Now, you can see just inside there, it looks like lettuce or something. And they're growing. And there's hundreds of these tunnels everywhere. And I've noticed that they've got these sides that open up to let the heat out. So I would think these are used more for the winter time when it's a bit cooler to keep the heat in. And after summertime they've got to get the heat out. Did you notice that, Dave? They've all got vents.
Yeah, see the ones on the side of the road?
Yeah.
We've got
Ugh.
windows that open. Quite interesting.
I bet there's more cut tombs back down there.
You go down there.
No, we go.
Back up.
We don't want to get a puncture on this stuff, do we? It's still a long way from cash. Right. Let's head back, boy. Over the back there is the old town of Cash. This is the hard standing for Cash Marina. There is obviously the marina itself. This is a lookout tower. And reality is just there somewhere. We've been out on motorbikes all day. Just going to drop them off, get something to eat, and then ready to move away tomorrow. But you can see this entrance now that comes round and down into this beautiful little bay. Just about to settle in for the night. Second night in Cash, outside the marina in this lovely bay. We had bikes on hire today, drove all the way down the coastline.
When I call her,
Very beautiful coastline it is as well. Good to see some old ancient ruins. I can't remember the town name, but I have got the name to it, but I can't remember it. Done about 150 kilometres today. Went and visited some of the tombs that are cut into the mountain face. There's actually a few here. So if I can zoom in. There's one there, one underneath that one. Several others just there. These are burial sites, tombs. They've all been broken into and robbed of any possessions that were buried with the owner when he died, some 2,500 years ago. About 15 knots of wind blowing through the anchorage. Got another boat come and anchor in front of us. Gorgeous day, and hopefully we're just going to relax here tomorrow and then leave and start working our way down to Finico. Stopping on the way at Seahorse Bay, the Gassy Island, and somewhere there is the sunken city that I believe you can snap along to.